explain what they consider to be too easy on crime. Right? This isn't a matter for the courts or anything. This is a matter for the person saying, in my opinion, they're too easy. Yes, and I also think 950 is way too lenient. It should be, okay, way less. Do you think that someone stealing less than $1,000 should go to jail for more than a year and never ever be given a job or allowed to vote? Because that's what a felony is. Like, if you have a felony on your record, no one's gonna hire you. McDonald's will not hire you if you're a felon. These are non-violent crimes. They were caught. They were punished, and they had to pay a fine of up to $1,000. You think somebody stealing like a laptop that's worth less than $950 should go to jail for more than a year? Have you ever been in jail?
Send as many lackeys as you like. I'll send them all back in pieces.
I'm asking. Yeah, let's say somebody's just like, first of all, if you have like a big operation where you're doing this a bunch, you're not going to be guilty of a misdemeanor. If you're the guy who's like sending 20 people to a store to steal 20 laptops and you're reselling them, that's a felony. We're talking about like the kid in that video you linked, like one of the kids wearing a mask who went and stole something one time for less than $1,000. I'm in the jail? No, but there needs to be punishment or people will keep doing it. Okay, so you think punishment is a good deterrent for crime, right? What's the most severe punishment? Death, right? Isn't death like the strongest, like the death penalty, right? It's fine, King. I'm going there. But it needs to be the crime, right? But like the most severe punishment is death, right? Like we literally end your life, you no longer exist. That's about as strong as you can get. I can't think of it. Okay. If punishment was a deterrent for crime, no one would be a drug kingpin. Right? Why would anybody choose to be a drug kingpin when they could be killed for it? Not by the government, by other drug kingpins. I mean, all the time, right? Like gangsters get shot. Do you still think that death, a punishment like death, is a deterrent? Like those people live with the risk of getting shot or taken out by a rival gang every day, yet they continue to commit crimes. Why is it not a deterrent? What philosophy they just walk into? It's a fun one. Rock Bros. Man. Sorry, I got some song requests from an hour ago, and I see Graceless requested Toxic Streamer. My bad. I'm gonna refund you. If you want to just... Doesn't change that there needs to be a punishment. So why doesn't it change that? I just gave you a modern day example of punishment not deterring crime. So it's not about deterrence. It's about justice, right? Would you agree that it's less about deterrence, even if it doesn't deter them from committing crimes? It's about fairness, right? Like people shouldn't be stealing because it's unfair, unjust, and we should punish them because That's the penalty for breaking the law, right? Right. I'm not saying that. You're saying that. I just want to make sure I understand your position correctly before I argue with it, right? Yeah, Bran. You're 100% right. Okay, but we're not there yet. Alright, I'm just gonna take the long round this time. I think every time I've bled, it's turned out badly. So, what do you think is the just punishment for stealing less than $950? I'll punish you right now, Entropy, for your toxic deck making. You're not the one that makes the laws. Okay, so the laws have been made, and the laws say that if you're convicted of shoplifting, you will be imprisoned no more than 1 year. Do you disagree with the law? Do you think that law doesn't fit the crime? We're not talking about preventing crime. Preventing crime is easy, okay? You have the softest punishment possible, and then you eliminate the need for the crime. That's been shown to scientifically been proven that is what reduces crime, is reducing poverty. And we know how to do that. We just choose not to. You don't think it's ideal if I ask your opinion, but it's better than nothing. But I'm saying that they don't. Okay, so it's not that the laws are wrong. It's that the laws are not being enforced. Let me ask you this. What if your mom was sick? Okay? And she needs insulin, but you can't afford it. And she's gonna die. Unless you get her some insulin. And you don't have money. And you go into Walgreens and you steal a vial of insulin. And that insulin is less than $1,000. How much time should you go to jail? Times 4. Okay. Let's say what you stole was $200. If you're fined $800 and sent to jail for a week, isn't that enough of a punishment? That's different? What's different about it? I'm not saying it's not different. I just want to know what makes it different.
You and me, we ain't done yet.
Why did you have Moshcraft is toxic in Scoia'tael? I'm not seeing you been toxic ever. Hold on. I had to update my title. Hold on, my secret lover. There you go. I think he's making fun of Kerpited. If you're stealing to feed your family or stealing medicine, that's completely different than raiding Walgreens and reselling. But what if you're reselling it so you can buy food? How do you judge that, right? Shouldn't we have some people to examine those circumstances and make sure the punishment fits the crime? These people should obviously know the laws, right? We should get some people who are good at the laws and who are like gonna look at these circumstances. Oh, did he steal to feed his family? Or did he steal for fun because he thought he was funny to like fuck over the storekeeper, right? So let's get some of those people and call them judges. And those judges, and who's gonna decide if you're guilty or not, right? Well, the only fair thing would be like average citizens randomly selected from the public to decide if you're if you're guilty or not, right? Like the police can say like, here's a video of this guy raiding the Walgreens. And also it's his second time, right? And the jury can say like, well, yeah, that looks just like him. That's literally him. I'm convinced that's that guy. He stole the stuff. And the judge is like, yep, and it's not your first time. You're going to get a 1-year sentence. You're going to go to jail for 1 year and have to pay like 10 times the value of the thing you stole. Sounds to me like that's exactly what's happening. Yeah, so what's the issue? Okay, well, okay, then you need to give me a specific example where you feel that wasn't done. And it has to come from not somebody who made a YouTube video about it, but something I can look at and verify. Because otherwise, I'd have to trust some like clickbait bullshit content creator, and I think content creators are garbage pieces of shit. Speaking as a content creator. Wow, Ninja says it's okay to steal. Every killer would just say they're stealing to pay for medicine. It wouldn't work? Yeah, it would. Because they'd be asked to provide proof. But some people would argue that the reason you do a thing isn't the important part. What you did and the impact it had on other people is the important part. I fall more into that camp, but it's not a simple thing, right?
All that dancing around. It's not for me. Double the coin and consider it done.
It was funny for 8 minutes? Alright, I'm sorry, guys. You could absolutely have an opinion, and tell the opinion. Since people are telling me to wrap it up, here's what I'll say. I genuinely think that you've been misinformed. I would encourage you to ask and look at like the aggregate data on this stuff. Find reputable sources that are not YouTubers making content, right? Check to see where they're getting their data from. And if there's a reason they might be lying. And I think you will find that, like, in general in the US, we do a pretty good job of punishing people for crimes. We probably do too good a job of punishing people for crimes. That's why we have so many people in prison. And so many people wrongly accused in prison. Like, how do you know if you did it to trust those? So, like, you kind of saw what I did, right? Like, I didn't just trust, like, a lawyer's website. I made sure I was looking at, like, the actual primary source, which is the California Penal Code, and I read it for myself. Or I looked at the court's website. Like, the courts are the people doing the sentencing, so when they tell you this is what we're going to sentence you to, like, they have no reason to lie. That's what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're the ones who decide what they're doing, right? And yeah, it's not always easy. It's not always easy to know who to trust because some people have an incentive to lie. But, like, I think... And I'm not saying blindly trust Wikipedia or AP, but I will tell you that from my experience, those sources are a lot less biased than people on YouTube. But much. Without prisoners, how will we privately own prisons make profit? That's a good question. We should put you in them and have you make shoes instead. What if we also just make sure everyone has enough for a minimum standard of living? We could call it universal basic. Interesting. Do you consider shouldn't consider testing for other people credible? In a court of law under penalty of perjury, I consider it somewhat credible, yes. But not in a YouTube video that has an incentive to get views. I don't consider it a matter of fact. I would consider it one small data point, and I would compare it with, you know, aggregate data from a trusted source. Bro, you don't have any more money. Stop clicking. It's over. Go home. Oh no, I lost by 1 point. Or it was a draw, rather. Skywalker wants me to put this on YouTube. Alright. So Bratsteon, that's twice now we've faced against them. Please like and subscribe for more content with card games and random discussion about the penal code. No, like the criminal. It comes from penalty. God damn it, Sam. Why'd you put penis in the thumbnail?